Everything seems to be working good. Hello, hello, and welcome. All right, so for today, working on more of the Jinx cosplay props. I actually have an example this time of what the finished product will look like. No, this is not from any of the other props I was just making. This is from the originals, one of the original ones that I always bring to me, or that I always bring with me when cosplaying Jinx. Just the last time I'm like, wait, I don't have a finished example with me. So this is the lovely, lovely chompers that we will be making. Yay! Alright. If you haven't seen them, now they make a little more sense. So, I have already started on this one here. As you remember from last time, worked on these guys right over here. So now I'm just going to be doing the same exact thing. Like I said, already got started. I realized that I miscounted on how many bolts there were, so I had to cut some more. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go and continue where I left off with this one here. I think since the bottom half is almost done, I'm gonna just continue with the bottom half and then kind of work my way up. Yeah, so I'm moving things aside. I have my mask here. There we go. I just like to wear a mask because the glue is like really stinky. I don't like to breathe it in so much. Also too, since my like face is right here in it. Alright, so I'm gonna move that aside, And you know what? I'm gonna start with, so there's this piece here. And it's going to wrap around like so, like this. Hello, Fairy Bot, aka Caw. I see you lurking. I see you in there. And then also, while I glue this piece, I'm going to also glue these little bolts here. I don't know why I became like, wait, what am I doing? Slightly like, because I had to think of, okay, what's my plan here? Because like, what I do is that I wait for pieces to get kind of tacky, and then I glue them on. So I have to like pre-plan some of my stuff. Alright, and then also I gotta make sure you guys can see it well as well. I kind of put the camera in a weird angle this morning. I don't know why. I'm just like, huh, that's odd. Why did I put it like that? Anyway, oh well. I'll work with it. I'll work with the weird angle choices. And there we go. So I'm just going to glue this. Oh my gosh, I've been so busy. So busy getting ready for my next show that I haven't found much time to even work on these Jinx props here. So I thought that this stream would be a perfect opportunity to work on them. I mean, why not, right? It's nice outside. I know it's entertaining. It is actually kind of satisfying to see the whole progress done in one sitting. Oh my gosh, hold on. I see people, but I'm concentrating. So, 1 second. Alright, put that down. Put that down. Hi Isaac, how you doing? And it's Nacho. Hi Nacho. How you doing? Going pretty good, Isaac. Going pretty good. Thank you, Nacho. And Nacho, good luck today. Everyone wish Nacho good luck. He got today is like, I'm just so excited. I can't even think of words. Sorry. But I wish you good luck today. Nacho, at your new job. I hope it goes good. I hope it'll be awesome. It's gonna be good. I'm excited for you. So, yeah, and actually, Nacho, I didn't even expect you to come in today. I know you said you were going to, but still, I didn't expect you to pop in. But, hey, you'll know where I'll be. No, Nacho, I see how you corrected me, and I couldn't even think of words. I just got, like, excited. I was like, yes! I got excited, and then half my brain's in, like, creative mode right here, so... Well, you all know me by this point, how I forget words. Hey, and Isaac, you got a new refrigerator! Yay! Hey, that's good! That's good, that's good. Alrighty, look at that. And these are nice and tacky. I know, Isaac. I remember you told me that the old refrigerator stopped working. But that's awesome. You finally got a new one. Yay. And hopefully this one lasts you a long time so it doesn't break on you. Nice. Nice, Isaac. Alrighty. So now these pieces to me look like little bricks. And they are gonna go all the way around the sides here of the bottom half. There we go. Hey, it's Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. How you doing? Doing pretty good, Evo Leia. Doing pretty good. Just working on some Jinx props, and I'm happy. So, I'm happy to be working. Yeah, I'm happy to finally get back to these guys. So I got 2 of the 5 chomps left. And so only 2 are of the commission, but I wanted to make 3 more for like an inventory for shows, because people, like, especially when I wear my Jinx cosplay, they're always curious if what I have on me is on for sale. And no. Those ones will not be. Those are my babies. But I thought, you know what? Why not spread the creativity? Whoop! Why not spread the creativity? And, you know, I know that there's other Jinx cosplayers who would love these as well, and I would be happy to make them for them. So, yeah. Hey, it's Bottle Win! Hi, Win! How you doing? Gosh, I don't know, is it this week just went by fast, or what happened in time? But it feels like it's been a while since I've been here. Even though it hasn't been, I only missed 1 day, but still. It feels like it's been a little bit. And now I'm just gluing the outsides here. That is right, Evil Leia, that is right. Yeah, I like to wear a mask when working with glue that's like stinky. Yep, yep. Alrighty, so now that that's put aside, I gotta wait for the glue to dry. Oh, like, not dry. I hope it doesn't dry, but gets tacky. I wanted to show, though, I don't know if you can see it on this camera. Where is it? This little bolt right here has been blessed by my cat Clove. I didn't realize, but before I glued these all down, and they were just loose, she had stolen one of these bolts and punctured a hole through it with her tooth. So this one here has been blessed by the cat. Not sure who wants the lucky cat one, but that will be known. Yeah, I found, and I think I wonder if I either miscounted these bolts here, or if Clove took off with one, and I will find it later. Um, when cleaning, which is very, very possible. Or did I just miscount? I don't know, but since I found the one with the tooth puncture, now I have to wonder. Maybe she took off with one and hid it somewhere in the house. We'll only know if I end up finding it under the couch or something. Nah, thank thank you. Yeah. Wait, hold on. I got mixed up with the. Good. I'm glad you're doing good, Win. Doing good. Oh my gosh, Win. Good job on the stream streak. Yay! I know you've always been a loyal friend, and thank you for always being here. And I like the dancing dinos. Alrighty. So, now we got our bottom half here completed. Is it slightly? No, it's not. For a second, I was like, wait, has this screen that you see, like, here blurry? And then I was like, wait, hold on a second. And then I looked and I'm like, oh wait, no, it's not. It was just my own angle looking at my own monitor. And I was like, this whole time. 16 minutes in and it's been blurry. I've done that once. I can be a ding dong sometimes. Alright, so we got this bottom half completed. Yay! Now I'm going to just put it off to the side. And you know what? Let's work on the chompers themselves. These beautiful teeth. What wonderful, glorious teeth. Aww. Thank you, Caw, for the sub. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. That really... Thank you, Caw. That means a lot. Aw, hey, and good job, Evolea, for getting winning the little mini catch game with the stream avatars. You know what? I wonder what helped the lighting. It did this. There we go. That kind of helped. Yep, so I'm just gluing down the whole surface of the bottom jaw. And then I'm going to flip this one over, so I'm going to put this on the side. All right, so just kind of going along and continuing gluing. Almost like the day before when I was doing, like, putting together the other props. Hopefully soonish I can get outside and work like on sanding all these pieces. I remember the first time when I was first making these little chompers. It took me forever to sand because I could only sand a top half or a bottom half once a day, just because the vibration of the like Dremel hurt my wrist. But back then my wrist was pretty weak and it hurt a lot. So, and since then my wrist has become like a lot better and a lot more stronger. It doesn't hurt like it used to. So hopefully I can kind of go like we could get more sanding done. More than just like half a boom a day. There we go. Now we have the bottom jaw. Yay! Alright, now for the top jaw, as you've noticed, the bottom jaw was just two of the same exact piece. But for the top jaw, it's two different pieces, because one has eye holes. Which, by the way, if these are not lit up, but if you wanted to make these light up, all you'd have to do is, instead of one of these pieces, you just do one of these pieces. And then you have little holes for the LED lights. So that was one of the things where I'm like, oh, someone could modify this fairly easily if they wanted to make these light up. No, I don't have tutorials or anything of how to do so because I'm not really that experienced in LEDs. But I did make them so that I'm like, well, if someone's creative and they're not afraid to modify it themselves, it can, yes, it can be done. There we go. I'm just doing the bottom half now. Alrighty, there we go. And now I'm gonna just flip it, whoop, and line it up. Get everything all lined up. There we are. And squish. Press. Press down. And there we are. Now we have the top half of the little chomping teeth. Aw, you're welcome, Lynn, of course. Yeah, I mean, I like hanging out. I like creating stuff with you guys. It's fun. There you go. All right, now going back to the top half here, which is kind of partially done. I will say that this piece right here with all these arches is definitely the, like, most pain in the butt one out of the whole thing. So, I'm happy it's done. I'm like, yay! The difficult part's already done. I'm trying to see, where can I place this where it's like, oh. There we go. Still have the teeth off in the distance. In the background. Thank you, Win. Thank you. Alrighty. I'm just gonna put that aside. Hopefully not touch anything. No touch. And let's start with the bottom half right here. So I'm gonna glue along the sides. There we go. I'm gonna put this glue bottle aside, and then I'm gonna grab this long piece here, and very, very carefully. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna change. No, actually, that's an okay way to do it. Just along the edge. I know, right? It's another foam ramen bowl win. It's another... Even though I still don't think that would make a very good ramen bowl. It's a bowl made out of foam. No, that doesn't sound very good. Alright, I'm gonna just press and hold it. Press and hold. Alright, and then I'm gonna just put a little bit of glue there. And glue it. And press and hold. It might have to wait until it gets a little tacky. It looks like it's a little too wet. You know what? I think this piece almost needs to just chill out for a minute. Just kind of just sit there. So I'm just going to put it aside. That's what's cool about these too, is that there's so many pieces that if something like this like kind of needs to just sit there for a minute, I can let it happen and I can like move on to something else. So I'm gonna work on this piece right here, and show you how I put in the wire. So I got my little wire here. And these things are very curly. I could have taken like a heat gun to them and flattened them out, but oh well. Just didn't spend the time doing that. That works very well. A lot of people don't realize that if you have foam that's like curly like that, because it's towards the end of the roll, you could just blast them with some heat, like from your heat gun, and they'll flatten out. Or take any shape you want them to. I should have done that before this stream, but oh well. I'm just taking up like all the space. It's like I'm the center of attention. No, you are not. Alright. Oh, really? That's great, Win. That's so funny. I like your characters of choice for Fortnite. That is awesome. Nope, 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 nope. It looks like I have no choice, but I have to get glue on my fingers. That's the only way around this. I was hoping today, I was like, today's gonna be the day that I don't get any glue on my fingers. Yeah, impossible. Like, I'm gonna work really hard to be very clean. And have no glue on the fingers. Nope. Wait, I can do this. I have idea. There we go, and then press it. Press. I know, and especially with this glue, like, when it gets on the fingers, it's so weird because it kind of, like, balls up. And it's not very comfortable. It's so weird. And, like, you can't just wash your hands underneath the sink and it melts away. Like, it kind of, you wash your hands and then it balls up and you pick off the little, like, balls of glue. Alright, so now for this part, as you can see, it's kind of still lifting. It's because, like, the glue is just too wet. So I'm going to let it sit there for a minute, let it get tacky. This one, though, is ready to go. It's possible it's the same glue. I mean, I'm using contact cement, and oftentimes in wallpapers and stuff, they use contact cement or a form of it, so it's possible. Why contact cement is so popular for this, the foam, is because it doesn't melt or change the foam in any form, and it's also, like, really, really sticky. Like, these things, if they're glued properly, they're not coming apart. Okay, I remember how I did this. Alright, and then just working on the top piece some more. Putting that aside. There we go. And then I'm going to also glue the top half of the boom here too. There we go. All right. Now for this part, I'm not waiting until it totally gets tacky because I kind of want to, actually, you know what? I have to wait because now it's just slipping off. Because I wanted to be able to make it kind of like movable, but I just felt how that was going to go and like my plan not going to work. So, gonna have to wait just a minute. Now remember when these parts are kind of like splitting, I'm gonna pinch them together. Same with this side. Pinch, pinch, pinch. And see, now it doesn't want to separate. It's like locked in there, and so is the wire in the center. Not going anywhere. Alright, and then just put that aside. What can we do? Let's make what I call the little top hat on the top right here. I'm going to grab these 3 pieces. And first it starts with this one here. You know what's great about all these teeny tiny pieces is that I can use up a lot of scrap foam. A lot of these smaller pieces I use for up my scrap pieces. So I don't often throw away a lot of my scraps because I'm like, wait, I can actually use this. And I do. Especially for the little bolts on the bottom of these little chompers. All those are scrap pieces. Alrighty. Now I'm gonna just... Yeah, exactly. Sometimes scraps can be super useful. Sometimes you're end up happy that you save them. Alright, so, back to this guy. I'm just gonna start my piece right here. Going to wrap around. Move that. Now with this piece, sometimes I can make it fit, sometimes it just cuts off a little bit right there. If so, that's okay. Where are my scissors? get some scissors. I have not disappeared. I will reappear. I just get some scissors here and I just like kind of cut it off. But yeah, no, going back to scrap foam pieces, they can be really useful, not just in like small details of making props, but also to like if you get brand new like primer or paints or something and you want to test out like even like testing sanding or testing anything, any new techniques, and you don't want it to go right onto your prop, uh trying and experimenting on a foam scrap, really useful. Because they're scraps of foam, it doesn't matter. It's like, who cares what it looks like, you know? Alright, now back to the little top hat. Going to put this down. Around the edge. Very carefully. It's very tacky, so wherever I put it, it's gonna stick. There we are, and then the little top half of the top hat. There we are. I don't know, every time I'm like creating something, I always feel like I'm casting some kind of magical spell or crafting a magical item. Like I'm making something that doesn't actually exist and making it real, making it actually exist now. Alright, so I'm going to put this aside again. And you know what? I actually want to see if I can make these two ends meet. There we go. Kind of have to force them together. But they do end up meeting. Alright. While those ones get tacky, I'm going to move with the top ring part here. So now that's what I'm going to work on. And I got just not a very fancy, just key ring, normal key ring. Something sturdy though, something, don't pick like when making these, don't go for a thin like key ring that's flimsy. Pick something that's thick and sturdy. Why? Is because that is where the prop is going to hang from, and you don't want something that's easily just going to break off. So if it's a strong key ring, then you're good. There we go. Now, instead of waiting to get tacky, I'm going to actually just flip it over and put it on right away. And why that is because I want to be able to lift this flap here so I could slide in the keyring. And there we go. See, look at that. It's so fancy. Alright, so I'm actually gonna now put this aside. Go back to our little top hat. Whoop. Which is very sticky. Does not help that there's glue all over my fingers. And I'm just gonna put that right there on top. Did I cut it too small? I think I cut my top hat a little too small. That's okay, I can work with it. Just gotta make sure all the edges line up. I made this too small. Bummed me out. See, people, this is why you always pay attention to your pattern. It's okay. I'll seal it up with plumbing putty later. Always pay attention to your patterns. I clearly didn't pay attention to my own, but I can fix it. It's such a small thing. Besides, a lot of these pieces, I was like really tired at night when I was cutting them, so... I think sometimes I wasn't fully paying attention to what I was doing when cutting. There we go. See, I made it work. I made my mistake work. And that's what I like about these, like, props, too, with Jinx, is that it's okay if it's not perfect. You know, like, eh. You know what I'm missing? I'm missing from this, oh wait, no I'm not. Okay. I thought I was missing the little, like, speaker box for this at first. I was like, wait, I am missing something. Alright. So... yep, you're right, Win. Well, it's sometimes in cosplay, depending on what character you're making, the mistake can be kind of like an interesting detail. Where's a pen? Let me get something. Alrighty. So I got a pencil here, and I'm gonna mark where I'm going to put the speaker box. So it's almost like it's right in the center. I'm gonna use my other one as kind of a guideline of where to put it. So that lines up right there. That lines up. So it looks like my speaker is going to be centered right about here. It looks like. Cool. I'm just gonna draw it. I want it here. And I want it here. And to make sure that these are like in the right place, I actually line up my jaw where the screw will be from here and here. Yeah, and that looks about right. That's like kind of like where I want the speaker to be. Actually, it's kind of funny. A lot of people are actually surprised that I even did such a small detail of adding the speaker in. That's what I'll... And that's what it'll look like. Chomp. Come into life, guys. Come into life. And I'm gonna let those sit there for just a... you know what? I'm just gonna let it... I'm just gonna put them here. There we go. There we are. I'm gonna let that be there. What can I work on next? Oh, how about this little thing right here. Oh, before we do that, I want to double check on our keyring. Make sure everything's squishing down right. Yep. And what will be cool about these props too is that every single one will be completely different. No two will be exactly the same. Why? Because there's so many pieces, and also I'm not a robot. I'm not a copy machine. I can't just produce stuff exactly the same like a factory, so every single one will have its own story, its own personality. It'll be, each of them will be different, so it'll be awesome. Alright, I'm gonna work on these. Going back to this piece right here. And I have, you can use a toothpick or you can use a little piece of metal for this like rod right here. I didn't have a toothpick on hand when I was cutting this, but when I cut this wire, I was like, you know what, I'll cut also a small piece. Oh, thank you, Win, for posting the Discord. Alright, so. And then I'm gonna put this little wire right here. And this is really just to give structural support. Also, what I'm gonna do right here, while those two are drying, or you know what, actually, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't let these dry, because they're so fragile. Whoop. They're so fragile that if I have to move them around while it's tacky, they will snap. And I have had that before. I've had that happen to me. There we go. It's such a little piece. There we go, and I put these two little bolts here at the ends. They're like decorative bolts. I don't know why I just don't. I always wait till the end to do this, and I don't know why. Alright, gonna press this down. Gonna press this down too. Now for the top hat to go on top, like so. And I just peeked over at the time. I'm actually making pretty good time. My goal was to get at least this one done, but it looks like I can get this one done and start another, which is cool. But I don't know how it's going to end, you know what I'm saying? What's my stopping point gonna be at? I don't know. Also, another interesting thing that I have discovered while making these is that it takes about half of one of these bottles of glue to make one of these guys. Just, I find interesting. Alright. I'm gonna put that aside. This one started lifting in the corner, so I'm gonna squish it down. There we go. How's these ones turning out? Looking pretty good. I'm gonna wait for this top hat here to kind of glue down. Meanwhile, I'm waiting on that. I'm going to cut the little scores on the teeth here. So there's one down the center at the bottom, and then there's one kind of going diagonal from the bottom tooth, top of the bottom tooth to diagonal. I think that's how it is, right? Oh, shoot. In my brain, I swapped it. It's actually not this way. It's this way. It's, from that tooth to there. it's like there to there. So it's actually the opposite direction of what I just drew. This is why I always do things in pencil first. And then for the top piece, it's down the middle like so. And then it's this way up. Like that. And also too, on my patterns, I have little guidelines of where to do these like very fragile score cuts. And I'm just dragging my X-Acto blade along the top. Very softly. I'm hardly putting any pressure. Why I'm doing this is that so I can fold and bend the foam like this. And now the foam has like joints essentially. And so that it has structure and shape rather than just being flat. That would be pretty cool, Isaac. That would be very, very cool. Hey, I mean, Vi is a very popular character, and so is Spider-Gwen, so I could see her one of these days going to, like, a local con or something like that as a guest. That'd be super cool. All right. Here we go. Chomp, 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 chomp. And then let's check on this top hat, where we got it. Yeah, everything seems to be good. Oh, oh, oh. Everything seems to be good, and then something shifts. Okay, it was an easy fix. All right, there we go. And now, ugh, sorry, I got tired for a second. I'm all good though. Just pressing these down. Let's see. So, now that we have this top half piece, I'm gonna just put the key ring on like that, and then it'll be glued down. So, but I gotta line it up because this key ring has to be in line with the speaker box. So just like so. So how I have this in line will be in line with the key ring. And that's how I make sure everything's gonna kind of line up properly. So even just taking the few minutes to make sure it's all correct is the right way to go. And even if you have to like draw in guidelines for yourself when you're making these, you totally can. I eyeball everything clearly. Even sometimes a little too much. And just be like, oh, this seems okay. This seems good. There was a mistake here. I don't know if this lip here is going to be too much, so I'm just going to trim it. This is something that I really like about foam is that if you're like not sure something's gonna work, you can just cut it and trim it. Foam is very forgiving. I don't think a lot of people realize actually how forgiving foam can be. Alright, and then for the bottom half here, alright, and then bringing this forward. And I'm not placing down the little doggy ears quite yet. I'm just making sure everything is perfectly lined up how it should be, because I can still make small adjustments if need be. Yeah. Look at it. It looks like a weird helicopter thingy. I'm actually going to wait a little bit for this to get tacky. And you know what? I can't move on to this next part quite yet until these are folded down, because I just don't want to like mess it up in any way. But I do want to, it'll be okay. I'm gonna try to figure out as I'm waiting how to bend the clip part. Maybe it's too soon for this clip part. I'll have to wait for it to get tacky too. Let's see. Maybe it'll be good enough. Yep, looks like it. Everything's holding. Dog ear is not... This one's good. This one's not lining up like how I want it to. So we gotta re-glue it, let it get tacky again, kind of just redoing everything. This happens all the time. I know, it would be very cool, Isaac. That's like one of those art styles I actually want to study one day. I want to learn how to draw in the Arcane style. That would be cool. I kind of know how to paint because, like, I did my Jinx cosplay based off of it. And I noticed something here on this one, going back to this one. This part right here is completely lifting up. So I have to re-glue it. So while I'm waiting on that one, I'm gonna re-glue this one down. Whoop. Alright, let's see if this will work now. Maybe? It worked a little better. Here. Go, I kind of have to press and hold and squeeze. Oh, really? What show is it, Isaac? I'm curious. I like Husband Hotel. And actually, speaking of Husband Hotel, I made some ears inspired by a Husband Hotel character. For the next show, last minute. I know I'm crazy, but it's also for, it was like it's kind of like the booms. Like, someone commissioned me something, and then I'm like, wait, I should make this a bunch more beyond the commission. But yeah, made these ones last night. I'm really excited. They will be available in the next show. There's not just 1, 2, and 3. I hope these will be very loved. I think they will be. So, yeah, they're very big ears. But, yeah, I'm actually really happy how they turned out. Kind of worked alongside with my brother. He's the one who 3D printed these. Actually, my dad made the model for the horns. My brother 3D printed them. And then, of course, I did the ears. So, yeah, it was a family affair. To bring those little ears to life. Catching Up. I haven't heard of that show, Catching Up. I don't know, has anyone else here heard of Catching Up? Thank you, Win. And I'll make sure to pass along the compliments to my dad and my brother. Thank you. I'm so lucky that didn't tear. I wasn't paying attention and I didn't line it up right. And I'm glad that that little piece didn't tear. Alright, now for the final. The wire stick. So I find this always so tricky because it has to like go around this thing. So it's kind of like I bend it here. And sometimes I do it where it's too much, sometimes it's too little. Actually, that looks pretty good. There we go. And then I'll bend that. that goes in there. And there we go, like that. There we go. And I'll bend it just like that. You know what? Actually, I did that pretty smoothly. The other props, when I did this part, it did not go that smooth. It's just yeah, Isaac, if you wanna post the 2 episodes, I don't know if we have a no, we have a movie chat. We have a movie TV show chat to share stuff if you want to. Yeah. I say go for it. I don't know when I will personally get to it, just because I today is a busy day for me. I have still a lot to get ready and to do. But hey, for everyone else, absolutely. All right. And then over here, just gonna carefully, very, very carefully slide this into place. And I'm just kind of holding it in place. This wire also kind of gives structure to this little piece here. And it helps hold the keyring in place too. That's why I always make sure a good amount is like holding the keyring. Yeah, and there we go. Got another one of Jinx's toys done. Yay! Alright, so it's not really sticking, it's kind of lifting right now. I'm gonna wait till it gets tacky. See how it's just kind of like doing one of those numbers? Which is kind of frustrating me because, like, it was fine. I don't know why it, like, I don't know why it's doing that, per se. I think it's kind of weird. But, I'll wait a little bit, let it get kind of tacky. Put it aside. Alright, so, now, yay! Now that this one is done, which I call the light purple one because I traced it out in light purple marker, why? I'm sorry, my brain's like very stuck on this because I don't know why I guess I don't understand why it's doing what it's doing. So I'm just kind of like, how do I solve this problem? Alright. You know what? I think it'll be okay. It'll live. Alright, moving on to this one in here. Yep, that's how I've been keeping them all. Where can I put these? I'll just put them right here for now. Still got time. Yes, I agree with you, Isaac. Jinx is gonna be very, very happy. And any Jinx cosplayers these find new homes to will be very happy as well. You see? It's all just all these mix of pieces. So, lately I've been kind of liking to start with the bottom piece because the bottom pieces, are less pieces than the top half. So, let's start with the bottom ones. And obviously I'm not going to finish this second one today, but you know what? I can get started. At least. Alright, so I got these two flowers right here. I don't know, I call them flowers because they look like flowers. And yeah. Yeah, Win, if you want to put like a recommended watch for people to put like any movies they think is really good or TV shows that they think is really good or even YouTube videos, like if someone finds something cool, like a cool tutorial on how to do some kind of cool creation like creative art or anything, then yeah, make a channel for it. I think that'd be cool. Sounds good, Win. Thank you, Win. Thank you for doing that. Alright, actually, I'm gonna... Sometimes these, like, little plastic wands and the... kind of get undone, so I have to press them down to lock them back in place. Almost done with this flower. Almost done, guys. Alright, when all the sides of the petals are done being glued, I'm gonna put it aside, let it get tacky. And then I'm gonna move the other flower forward. I don't know, is it weird that I'm calling them flowers? They kind of look like flowers. I don't know what else to call them. I don't know what other people would call them. There we go. And I think this is like probably one of the more harder parts is going, like, it's not hard, it's just kind of tedious. Going around all these edges. Doing every side. Alright, so now I can put this aside and I can start on the sides of like the bottom half of the flower. Here, I'll put this one aside so it's not in the way. And there we go. Just pressing these all together, making sure everything is nice and glued. And there we go. Alright, it's pretty good. Look, Win, it's another foam ramen bowl. I'm gonna put that aside. Now bringing back this flower. And going to glue. Full of ramen. All right, and we got our second bowl of ramen. Our little bowl. I I still think that's kind of funny. Foam bowls of ramen. Alright, I do want to let these kind of set though, because like I feel like if I attach these two, if I put this one and this one might fall apart because it's still kind of like wet. So I'm gonna put them aside. These can go on here. Alright, you know what? Even though I know we were talking about like working on the bottom halves and stuff, I'll at least do the flower of the top half. While these two kind of dry. I'm gonna have to refill this glue bottle again pretty soon. So what I do, since I do kind of go through quite a bit of glue, I mean, heck, one of these glue bottles is half of one of these Jinx props. So, or no, half of a glue bottle is a full Jinx prop here. So I go through a lot of glue. I end up just getting those big containers that look like the paint can size. And I just end up refilling the bottles. So I have about 2 bottles here. And so I'm not like constantly refilling, but once both bottles are like almost empty, I go and I refill them. And actually save a lot of money that way too. It's a little cosplay hack if you're doing a big project and you need a lot of glue. Yeah. I'm gonna position myself a little bit better. I'm gonna be more centered. And I'm gonna scooch this aside. Alright, so now that I have glued together all these pieces, these two here, I'm going to put this aside right over here. These should be okay now. They're very sticky still, but they should be more solid. Yep. Alright, so Gonna put one in the other. Carefully. Trickly. A little bit of glue at the bottom. And some glue around the edges. Yeah. How much time do we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. Why I keep checking the time too is because I do have things. I have things to do. So I don't want to get too carried away with a project like this. I could easily get carried away. I could forget about time so easily. And I do. I get lost in my projects. Especially if I'm like watching a show or listening to music. Especially listening to music. Because at least a show, there's a timeline. I'll be like, okay, only one episode. And then that's it. And then that's my time. But with music, you can go on for infinite. Alright. Now that I have this, I like to line up my seams for structural reasons. And remember, it is a bit tricky because I gotta get it in there where it's evenly. Did I do it in the first try? Yeah, I kind of did. Oh my gosh, that's rare. It usually like gets offset where the bowl will be like this or like this. But no, it actually, I did it in the first try. Whoa. That never happens. Yeah, that's a seamless way to do it. I'm glad I made it look easy today. Ooh, yum. Coffee and a chocolate muffin win? Yum. I want a chocolate muffin. Alrighty, there we are. Alright, so thank you, Win. Thank you. Hold on, I gotta adjust my mask here for a little bit. 1 second. So, I think that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right. Sorry, I had to. And now, I'm gonna just move on to this part. My brain is so full that I almost forgot about this top part. Like that I glued it. Gotta adjust my mask again, sorry. Yay! And then this will be the top half. Me too, Isaac. I like ramen too. Ramen's so good. I could go for ramen anytime. Alright, so going back to the bottom half. What we need are all those little bolts. So, now I gotta make the bolts and search for them in here. There should be 16 of them. As you can probably notice, I actually numbered all of them. I remember this night I was so tired cutting all these out that I like I kept miscounting and double counting and triple counting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna write physically on here what number they all are. Because I didn't want to like lose one or like get to this point where I'm gluing and then like, oh shoot, I'm missing one or two. Which I did with the light purple ones over here, even though I have a suspicion that it was my cat that stole it. I didn't, like, I have a suspicion. Alright, so there should be one more in here. Somewhere. Somewhere in here. And there's a lot of pieces. I think I counted. I think these props take like 100 and something pieces. Maybe I miscounted again? I don't know. I don't see it. Oh well. Did I? Nope. Nope. Am I being the dumb? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, so this is an extra. See, even with my skills of counting, this one was just an extra. Alright. Oh, well, that was easy fix. Oh, well. Yeah, that ramen place was really good that we went to when we were at Sabo. That was really, really good ramen. Now the tedious, long project of gluing all the bolts together. Alright, Isaac, what do you got for the question of the day? Let's look. I don't know how I would go about teaching a cat all those tricks of like cooking food and voice acting and that kind of stuff. I mean, that would be a pretty skilled cat, but I think cats like to spend their days lounging in the sun and begging for treats. I mean, that would be pretty cool, but I know, right? Clove would be like, why am I cooking you food? You should be making me food. Yeah, sorry I don't have the kitty in here. Today I kind of don't really want her in here with all the teeny foam pieces and all the glue and everything. I think it'd be way too much, but next time when I get my painting out, I'll bring her back in, because I know she brings a lot of entertainment, and I know everyone likes to see Miss Clove. Yep. Oh, and I know you sent me a bunch of more clips of mischievous Miss Clove. I haven't watched them yet. I just haven't had time. But hopefully, the end of today, I will have some time, and I'll look at those clips that you showed. So, Win, I'm not ignoring you. I just haven't had time. I'm actually very behind on all my messages again. But I'll get to them. I swear. I promise. And I want you to know, Win, that I do appreciate you making all those clips. They are very funny. They are funny little cat clips. I think making these bolts is where I get the most glue on my fingers. Because I seem to be pretty good otherwise, but then when I get to these bolts, it's like, yeah. Oh wait, really? You got to win. You got clips of the Valorant coffee cup and me just totally geeking out about this prop I made a long time ago. Oh my gosh, I'm now very curious. Yeah, you can tell I didn't watch them yet, but I acknowledge they exist. I'll have to take a look. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't think I would appreciate that that Isaac if my cat decided to make my front yard into, or my front porch into a restaurant. But a restaurant for who? Is it the restaurant for humans or a restaurant for cats? Like she's running a restaurant for all the neighborhood cats or something. Now that would be kind of funny. Actually, I could see that being a cute plot for a little anime. A little cat that runs her own restaurant. right on the porch of her human's like home. That'd be a cute little show. That's alright, Win. Yep, this is so long. Almost done, people. Almost done. There we go. Ta-da! You're probably all like, that took long enough. Ugh, hold on. I gotta pop my back. Too much sitting. Oh yeah? Oh, what's your fun Dragon Prince and Avatar more relating to Callum and Sokka trivia? Yeah, I'm oh, sorry, Win. I totally misread your message. See, you did have fun trivia related to since you did that post. Yeah, I thought you would like that post. You're all good. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, since this was an extra piece, I'm gonna put it aside just in case. And as these little guys right here dry, I'm gonna just put them aside over here. Very carefully. Alright, and then for this bottom piece, remember there's that round flat piece that goes around here so that there's no seams. Is it B3? Yeah, it is B3. There we go. So here we are. Oh, that's too funny, Win. Huh. I want a crossover where Callum and Sokka meet. I think they would be friends too. Also gonna do around here as well. Being very careful. You know what? I don't like working right over wet glue like that. I'm like, I don't feel very comfortable. I'm gonna move this piece. I'm gonna move it over. Try not to touch anything. There we go. Alrighty. Yay! I know, it's kind of funny, like the parallels, not parallels of it. It's like they're opposites. Alright. Now going to carefully this on here. It's not that tacky. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait just a minute. You know what? I'm gonna press down these little buttons. I kind of, I kind of like these little weird, Callum and Sokka backs of how they're like opposite and parallel at the same time. Feel like they're opposites, but also at the same time not. I think it's cute. I wonder if that happened on accident or if the writers did that on purpose. I have a feeling it's just coincidence for some weird reason. But I don't know. I love you. This is turning out awesome. I'm just also excited to be finally like on the last boom. Then I can like start clearing off Ziploc bags from my table. Because oh my gosh, I have so many bags piled up on each other. So I try to like, that's the best way I could think of to keep all the pieces together is like to just put them all in a bag. Because you see how tiny some of these pieces are. And like I said, there's like 100 and something pieces. There we go. Oh, so it was on purpose. Huh, I did not know he didn't even uh audition to play as Callum, and he wanted it different than Sokka. But I feel like Callum's still like goofy and lighthearted how like Sokka is, so it's not like they're complete opposites in personality, but they have like little traits that are like different or something. That's so funny. That's kind of cool though. I like little facts like that. That's fun. Alrighty. Well, that looks like it is alright, well, that is pretty much time for today. I know it wasn't much of a warning of like, hey, after this, all of a sudden I kind of just looked at the time and was like, ah, okay, well, time goes fast. You know what? I don't like stopping things like that. But I don't think I have enough. I don't want something that takes too much time. Let's finish something up. Let's leave it off as a good thing. You know what? Let's do these teeth. I'll finish up these teeth and then we'll call it a stream there. I know, Evo Leia, I know. Where does the time go? Seriously, where does the time go? Yeah. This won't take too long of doing the little jaws. And also it's kind of fun. I feel like this is the most recognizable part before it actually like gets all glued together. All the other parts are just like weird circles and squares. I know, Win. I'm sorry. I know, the time goes by so fast. And I'm actually like on a good roll right now. That's why I'm not like ending it right away, because like I'm on a good roll. And honestly, if I didn't have things to do today, I would totally be like, yeah, you know what? How about I just finish this boom? Why don't I just finish this prop today? But nope. There we go. I was messing with you. Yeah. But you know what, Win? I feel a little hint of truth in there. But I don't feel any pressure, so don't worry. You're not like no one's pressuring me or anything. But I hint the slight truth. You know what though? I think I made good progress today. I still think I made really good progress. Made a little less than halfway through the second prop. Well, maybe with these math, they're like, no, a little less than half. Almost half. I would consider it halfway through if I had glued down the bolts to the bottom half. Then I'd be like, okay, we're like halfway through. And as for my next stream tomorrow, it will be cut a little bit short, unfortunately, because I have a lot of things to set up for this weekend. I'll be at a show, and there's a lot to do, a lot to set up. I have to inventory a bunch of things, make sure that I don't forget anything. Also set aside cosplay stuff. Yeah, there's a lot to do. So, but I didn't want to cancel, tomorrow's stream completely. Because I do enjoy hanging out. And also I feel really bad for canceling Fridays. So, yeah. So don't worry. You know, short stream's better than no stream. And I'm thinking as for tomorrow's stream, I'm gonna be working on the same thing here. I'm just gonna be completing the boom. And you know what? I probably will be able to finish this last chomper tomorrow, actually. Now looking at all the pieces, thinking about what I have next, looks like I'll be able to actually finish it, which will be cool. Then I can move on to the next step, which is sanding. Sanding, priming, and then I'll paint on stream. And that'll be fun and entertaining. I think all of you will enjoy that. I actually really enjoyed painting these when I made these little guys here. I thoroughly enjoyed painting them. That was probably one of my funner projects. Alrighty. Hold on. A text popped up. I'll answer that in a minute. Alrighty. So, we got this and this. Look at all this progress done today. Ah, so much good stuff. Alrighty, well, thank you everyone for watching today's stream and stopping by and saying hi. It was good hanging out with all of you. Made really good progress here. I'm just really excited to show this side of cosplay and like the process of what it takes to make something, especially out of EVA foam. It's a whole process, as you can see. Aw. Well, thank you, Win. Thank you, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, bye!